Episode 33. Faced with two immense pressures, the imminent collapse of the other's body, which would leave his own origin soul with nowhere to hide, and the looming threat of being assimilated by the other's soul, Yu Zitong, clinging desperately to life, weighed his options. In the end, he had no choice but to temporarily set aside the enmity between them. With no other choice, he contacted Dr. Mo and laid out the entire situation, explaining all the risks and consequences. Dr. Mo listened, and at first he was angry, but he quickly recognized the incredible opportunity before him. He and Yu Zitong laid down 3 ironclad rules, struck a deal, and revealed his true nature as a ruthless mastermind. First, Dr. Mo had to follow the method taught by Yu Zitong to control his own consciousness, avoiding the assimilation of the other's origin soul as much as possible. In return, Yu Zitong would teach him some secret arts, allowing him to slow the rate of his aging and temporarily possess magic power. Second, Dr. Mo needed to find a child with a spirit root capable of cultivating the eternal spring arts. He would teach the child the technique. Then, when the time was ripe, Dr. Mo would use his temporarily acquired magic power to perform a possession and be reborn.
What's going on? Why is it that no matter how I practice the eternal spring arts, I get no reaction at all?
Don't waste your effort. Without a spirit root, you can't cultivate magic power. And you're just one of those ordinary people without one.
You've covered the first 2. What's the third?
The final point is this. After your successful possession, you must help me find a suitable body as well and assist me in my own possession. If you're worried about finding a suitable candidate, you can seek assistance at my family's secluded retreat.
That won't be necessary.
Han Li listened to all this and let out a long sigh. Most of the confusion in his heart had cleared, but seeing Yu Zitong stop and not continue, his expression darkened.
You still haven't told me how Dr. Mo died.
There's nothing to explain. Dr. Mo simply misjudged your progress in the eternal spring arts. His magic power was far inferior to yours. His attempt at possession failed, and he was consumed by you instead.
So, the first yellow light sphere that entered my body was Dr. Mo's origin soul, and the second green one was you.
Well, at the time, I thought you and Dr. Mo had perished together. I just wanted to make use of the body so it wouldn't go to waste.
I doubt you merely thought that. You planned it all along. Yu Zitong, when you first taught Dr. Mo that possession technique, you probably never had good intentions. You deliberately omitted the fact that success or failure is tied to the depth of one's magic power. According to your original design, Dr. Mo used the self-destructive soul-devouring art, and I was at the 4th layer of the eternal spring arts. Our magic power was roughly equal. Once the possession began, they'd just end up killing each other, destroying themselves in the process. And then you, the third party, got to play the fisherman and reap the rewards. You seized the opportunity to occupy my body and complete the possession. Am I right? My dear cultivator Yu.
I was just being polite before, but now I genuinely mean it. You're very clever. You're right. I did plan all of this, but I never expected your cultivation aptitude to be so exceptional. You mastered the 6th layer of the eternal spring arts in such a short time. Not only did you easily devour Dr. Mo's origin soul, but even my own origin soul, severely weakened as it is, was no match for you. Instead, I lost even more of my vital essence. Mo Juran is just a mortal. He actually thought he could be on equal footing with a cultivator like me and call me brother? Who does he think he is? What's even more intolerable is that he used such despicable means to destroy my Dharma body and still dares to dream of treading the immortal path. What a pipe dream. But you're different. With your transcendent spirit root and exceptional talent, it's truly a waste for you to remain in the mortal world. If you're willing to help me find a suitable physical body and assist with the possession, I'll act as your guide. I'll introduce you to the elders of my family and have them take you on as a disciple. So, what do you say?
Yu Zitong was supremely confident in his words. He didn't believe anyone could resist the temptation of becoming an immortal, attaining the Tao and living forever. Back then, Dr. Mo hated him to the bone, but under the same persuasion, he still cooperated obediently. Just give Han Li a little more incentive, and he'll fall right into line. But Yu Zitong was disappointed. After hearing his tempting words, Han Li didn't show an excited expression. Instead, his face was a picture of calm. Han Li fixed his clear gaze on the glowing orb. I'll consider the matter of cooperation later.
But there's still one question I'd like you to answer.
So, if I answer this, you'll agree to cooperate?
That depends on whether your answer satisfies me.
All right, ask away.
Yu Zitong quickly agreed. Han Li didn't speak right away. Instead, he looked up at the ceiling, taking a moment to consider his words. Yu Zitong was rattled by Han Li's dead serious demeanor. What kind of headache-inducing question is he going to ask now?
I want to know, after I devoured part of Dr. Mo's and your origin souls, will there be any adverse effects? Why do I feel so dizzy and muddled? And it's like there's a whole lot of extra stuff in my head, but I can't seem to access any of it. Is there something wrong with it?
Oh, that's what this is about. You're overthinking it, brother. You should know. All that stuff crammed into your head will naturally fade away within a year or two. No need to worry about it.
So, devouring all that was completely pointless, none of it stays? I find that hard to believe.
To say nothing remains isn't entirely true, but what does remain is indeed very little. Things like memories, experiences, and emotions are absolutely off limits. If you absorb it, at best you'll become an idiot or develop a split personality. At worst, your mind will explode and your brain will rupture, killing you. The origin soul is the most precious thing there is. You can't just go fusing it with anything else. It's possible to devour another's origin soul and temporarily store it in your mind. But to make it your own, that's just wishful thinking. Otherwise, if anyone could just gain another's experience, memories, and cultivation techniques through a simple act of possession, wouldn't the whole world descend into chaos? Who would bother to train diligently or contemplate the intricacies of cultivation? Then wouldn't you have it all as soon as you performed possession? The only thing of use within a devoured origin soul is the tiny bit of primordial essence it contains. This stuff can slightly strengthen your own origin soul, but only by a tiny bit. It's the first thing to dissipate. Within a few days, it'll be completely gone from the devoured origin soul, and you won't be able to use it anymore.
Han Li could tell the other party wasn't lying. At this moment, Yu Zitong was probably thinking of entering into a partnership with him, just like the one with Dr. Mo. Naturally, he wouldn't deceive Han Li on a matter that would be exposed as false with just a little time and scrutiny. After explaining his final point, Yu Zitong saw Han Li nod, apparently believing his words. A flicker of delight stirred within him, and the light of his origin soul seemed to glow a little brighter.
Brother Han, shall we discuss our collaboration now?
Of course. Working with a cultivator is an opportunity I'd be a fool to pass up.
Really?
Of course. Now that we're partners, I trust you won't object to a small test before we get down to specifics.
An experiment?
That's right. A poison trial.
Before Han Li could finish speaking, his thumb on the cylinder twitched. A jet of foul black liquid shot out, reeking of rot, and flew straight toward its target.
You dare poison me? A sneak attack?
Han Li ignored the other's fury. He reached for the buckle at his waist, and from a hidden sheath within his belt, he drew a gleaming sword. It was about a finger's width, roughly half a foot long, and incredibly flexible, a rare jade belt short sword. This was the final short sword Han Li had commissioned from the blacksmith, and by far the most expensive one. However, he wasn't skilled with this type of weapon, so he'd never brought it out before. Who would have thought it would come in handy now? Han Li gripped the sharp weapon, his expression turning.
He shot a look of pure loathing at the still trembling origin soul.
Without a word, he lunged forward and brought the blade down on the glowing sphere in a savage overhead chop, wielding the supple sword like a common wood-splitting axe. Yu Zitong's origin soul was trapped in a narrow corner, flailing about like a fly with a broken wing. Every time he tried to fly outward, a surge of black liquid would force him back. Then a deadly chill would follow close behind, the short sword slashing at the glowing sphere, steadily weakening its emerald light.